I've been a coach for years and I've seen it all. People train like beasts, doing all the right exercises and still not seeing the growth in the muscles that they want. I used to actually think that if you're sore, sweating, out of breath, hey, it's working. But science and a lot of trial and error taught me better. Just because a muscle is working doesn't mean it's being challenged enough to grow. As an example, on the leg press here, most of you would go in the middle of the platform and you would come as low as you feel comfortable and you press up. Now, what am I actually working here? So you can see that the line of force is coming from here to here. So if you're thinking the plate's coming in this direction, my arm is the line of force, there's the biggest moment arm is between my arm and the hip. So my glutes are actually doing most of the work. It's more of a hip dominant squat. Although my quads are doing some of the work, they're not doing as much work as my glutes are. So is this a good exercise for quads? No. Quads are doing some work, but not the work that the hips are doing. And so if your goal is to train quads on this leg press, and you're trying to focus on this, and you don't understand this concept, you're always going to be working more of the glute and less of the quad. Your quads are never going to grow. So two people can jump on this leg press. One of them will be getting more quads, the other one will be getting a lot more hips. But do they understand what's happening there? And really it all comes down to understanding movements and what works what. Yes, to a certain extent, they're both going to be working on the leg press, but which one is the dominant muscle that's getting the most stimulus? And that's the one that's going to grow the most whilst doing that exercise. So understanding exercise mechanics is so important. So if you're not seeing the results in certain muscles, don't just train harder, train smarter. Understand which joint is the limiting one in that lift. Know which muscle is actually being pushed to its limits. And most importantly, track your progress. Listen to your body and of course adjust based on real results. Not just on how you feel the next day, the soreness that you get. That's not an indication towards a good workout. It's what you feel that's working the most in that workout. So if your goal is to build the glutes, then make sure you do more of a hip dominant squat, for example, or a hip dominant leg press. If it's quads, you need to change the movement slightly so that you can get the quad to do most of the work. So which one is the limiting factor? Which joint is the limiting factor in that movement for you? If this video has helped you, drop a like and comment below and tell me which muscle are you struggling with. And I'll make more videos like this to help you get the most out of your workouts. Also, if you want me to break down your own training, DM me on Instagram. My handle for Instagram is below, and I'll be able to look at your workout and give you a plan for you to work on the things that you are trying to get the most of. So I look forward to connecting with you. See you on the next one.